Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Ghananam tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashunvanno Debisi Dasadanam Mahaganapataye Namaha. Prano Devi Saraswati Vajabharvajinivati Dhinam Vitriyavatu Vagdevyai Namaha. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddhajnanaikamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Stapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine Avatara Varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te Namaha. Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme tayo sritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine Yairime Guru Purvam Padavakya Pramanataha Vyakhyata Sarva Vedantaha Ta Nityam Pranatosmyaham Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badharayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantav Punah Punaha Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Purnatvam, which happened to be the universal goal for all human beings, is decided as Nitya Purnatvam. Now and then we feel that we are satisfied, fulfilled. But satisfaction, that fulfillment doesn't long last. So we want that Purnatvam as a Nityam. This is the very important condition for any spiritual seeker. If he is interested in Nitya Purnatvam only, all the teachings of Vedanta, all the classes are going to help him. There are some people who doesn't require this Nitya Purnatvam. They are happy with getting now and then fulfillment. But if a person is tousled by this now and then Purnatvam, Unmajjan Nimajjan Iva, like a person who is pushed down the water and he aspires for prana, then he is given a chance to come up. When he comes up, naturally he feels happy. Appa, I am saved. Again he wants to go down. That's called swimming. Correct? A person who wants to stay in the water, at the same time, now and then he wants a prana. For him, there is no relevance of a boat. If imagine a boat wala goes alongside, he calls, please come, please come. No, I am enjoying. You need not bother, you go. I can manage and swim. So for him, there is no relevance for that boat. Because he wants to stay in the water. So boat is relevant only when a person decides to come out of the water. Understand? So through worldly methods or through religious, materialistic methods, human being gets happiness. Otherwise, why people go for all those things? Human being gets satisfaction, fulfillment, peace of mind. But it is not long lasting. That is the main point we have to understand. If a person wants Shashwati Shantihi or Shashwatam Sukham, then only the Upanishad is relevant. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kaman Tam Atmastam Ye Anupashyanti Dhira Tesham Shantihi Shashwati Na Itaresha. For them alone is that Nitya Shanti is possible, is the statement. So those who are interested in Nitya Shanti, for them this condition is given, Atmavare Drashtavyaha. Understand? For people who want Anitya Shanti, there are already so many methods are there. After taking good food with curd rice, a person gets a Shanti. He snores also. Others may be disturbed by his snoring, but he is peaceful, Shanti. But it cannot be a continuous one. That is a point, very important point we should understand. Similarly, Sukham also. If a person aspires for Shashwatam Sukham, then only this Upanishadic condition and teachings are valid. Understand? So, Purnatvam which the seeker is aspiring for must be Nityam if he wants to be a spiritual seeker. Because goal should be very clear. Otherwise, person will be jumping from one place to another place, changing routes here and there, changing the instrument of traveling also. Suppose if a person doesn't know where to go, but he got out of his house and went to bus stand also, which bus he will climb? Please tell. Which bus he will climb? So as even he enters the bus stand, he hears Tirupati, 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 Tirupati. The Tirupati bus wala is shouting, come, 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 Tirupati, Tirupati. So he gets inside Tirupati. But Tirupati bus goes via some Katpadi or Chittur, somewhere else. There also some other fellow is shouting, Kanjivaram, 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 Kanjivaram. So he gets down and gets inside the Kanjivaram bus. Understand? So where he will go, where he will reach. So goal must be very clear in our mind. When we start for Vedantic learning. For Vedantic learning, first condition is this Purnatvam is the goal. In other words, Moksha is the goal. For a mumukshi alone, this is relevant. These teachings are relevant. Understand? Moksha means what? Freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from Anityam. Understand? Freedom from Alpam. Atmanaha Anityatva Mokshaya. Because I find myself, I am going to pop off. Maybe next day or after 50 years or 100 years. Ultimately, I am going to pop off. That was why everyone is afraid of death. And not only I am going to pop off, people around me also going to pop off. Because now and then I am seeing in my daily experience, they are suddenly they are popping off. Correct? So whenever anybody pops up, one idea comes. What is this life? What for all these things? Yesterday also he was all right only. Suddenly he popped off. He passed away. What life? What is the use of all these achievements? Like that don't pop off. He goes to the cremation ground also. When he comes back, the pops off idea gone. He is ready for next game. Smashana Vairagya it is called. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to say, whenever a mother feels the delivery pain, she gets on Vairagya. I should not allow this man, or I should not go for this pleasure. So much of pain like that. But after 3 months she is ready. So it is called temporary Vairagya. Understand? Why? Because Lakshya is not yet fixed. What I want actually should be discerned. Without discerning what you want actually, you cannot fix a goal. So in the last classes we tried to discern what we actually is aspiring for, seeing ourselves as a significant entity, fulfilled entity, free entity, independent entity, without any wants. That's all. That is our discerning. And ultimately we ended with a conclusion that this fulfillment cannot be attained through any result of any action. So Purnatvam Nityam Chet, that Purnatvam na karma palam bhavati. If Purnatvam is decided to be a Nitya Purnatvam, it cannot be through karma phalam. It cannot be through any action or the result of any action, because karma phalasya anityatvat. Because any result of any action being temporary, it cannot give me Purnatvam, which I am aspiring for as Nitya Purnatvam. Nitya Moksha. Nitya Moksha karma phalam na bhavati, karma phalasya anityatvat. Understood? Before achieving it, it is not with me. After achieving it, it is going to be with me for some time. Then again it is going to get away from me sometime. Whether it is ice cream karma phalam or Swargaloka karma phalam or Vaikuntha Loka karma phalam. So, karma phalasya anityatvat. Then we may ask a question, how can you say that karma phalam is anitya? The result of an action can be nityam also. But in our pratyaksha pramana, in our day-to-day experience, we find any result is time bound. Correct? That may not be truth with regard to Vaikuntha karma phalam. So we have to approach the scripture for that. So Vaikuntha or Swarga cannot come under our pratyaksha. So scripture has to say, scripture says that also anityam only. Tad yatha iha karma jito lokaha kshiyate evameva amutra punya jito lokaha kshiyate. Same scripture says. Kshine punye martya lokam vishanti. Pravahete adruda yajna rupa. Like that in many places, if something you get here is anityam, temporary, whatever you get, in wherever you get, at whatever situation you get, if you get, it will go away. That is the logic. So karma phala, why karma phalam is anitya? Because karma also anitya. Anitya means what? Desha kala parichitna. It is limited by Desha and Kala are niyamas. Understand? Any actions begins at a time. Even this class begins 7 o'clock. Ends 8 o'clock or maybe 8:10. And the karta also is anityam. For an action, there are 5-6 factors are required. First is the doer. That fellow cannot exist continuously doing same thing. So he is anityam. Then karanam, the instrument also is anityam. Then samagri, articles which are useful for that particular action. Suppose you take a puja as an action, puja action. The pujari is anityam. He is subject to arrival and departure. Uncle will come, the pujari uncle will come at a particular time to do puja in temple or in your house. So his arrival and departure is there. Then karanam, his instruments. Then samagri, flowers, offerings, everything is there, samagri. That also is anityam. Then uddeshyam. For what purpose this puja? The same uncle will perform the puja for getting something, and another time after 6 months to get rid of something, he will do puja. So uddeshyam also is anityam. Of course, deshaha is anityam, kalaha is anityam. So karma anityam. Why? Anitya karaka janyatvad. These are all karakam, accessories for an action. Karakam means accessories. Karta, karanam, samagri, deshaha, kalaha, uddeshaha, niyamaha. So many they are there. Therefore, karma is anityam. Since karma is anityam, karma phalam also is anityam. Understood? So therefore, anantata adimataha cha mokshasya na bhavishyati. Beautiful statement in Andukya Karika. Mokshasya purnatvasya anantata, infinitude, cannot begin with. Did you get that? If moksha has to be infinite, it cannot begin at particular point of time. Because anything begins with particular point of time is going to end. Adau ante cha yennasti vartamanepi tatthatha. So if you want that moksha or purnatva praptihi as a nitya vastu, as an infinite vastu, then that cannot have a beginning. Do you understand now? Logically it is. Anything has a beginning will have an end. Therefore, that purnatvam must be nityam. If that is the desire for you, then it should be already praptam. Because any nityam cannot begin. Any nityam cannot come. It should be available here and now. It should be available here and now. That is what Upanishad told Tattvamasi. It is available here and now, and in fact it is you. It is you yourself. That moksha which you are trying to gain for you is not going to be gained at any time, because if it is gained, it cannot be moksha. Therefore, it is you yourself. What you are trying to gain happen to be you yourself. Wonderful proposal it is. You can represent any word for this word called moksha or purnatvam. You want to be secured, you are the security. Not security guard. You are the very security itself. You want someone to love, you are the love itself. You want to gain some wealth, you are the most precious wealth in the creation. You want peace, you are the embodiment of peace. You want bliss, you are any word you can represent for this word called moksha or purnatva. So it is praptam. It is praptam means it is already there. Like everyone, for everyone, head is praptam. What is praptam cannot be given by anyone, even if he is a god. Yesterday we saw the Shiva Bhakta asked Bhagavan Shiva to put a head on his shoulder. Bhagavan told, I am incapable of doing this one. Because you have already have it. No, I don't feel. That is the problem. In spite of having it, there is a possibility of feeling that I don't have. There are two types of possibilities. One is you don't have actually, then you feel that you don't have. Correct? Another possibility is you have, in fact, but you can feel that you are not having it. So the Shiva Bhakta asks, do you say that I have already? Yes, you have already. Otherwise, how can you talk to me? How can you see me? You have already a head. May not something in your head. But you have a head. No, I don't feel. That is the problem. That feeling is, that notion is the problem. You understand now? So what is the distance between attaining something which is already attained? The distance between attaining something which is not attained may be due to kala, due to desha, due to so many factors. Suppose Swarga, I am not in Swarga, so I want to go to Swarga. So the distance is what? Between me and Swarga? Leave the Swarga, America you take. For many people, America is Swarga. Unfortunately. So what is the distance between America and you? When you are in India, the distance is in terms of desha, place. In terms of kala. Whenever desha comes, kala also joins. Desha kala always go together. Understood? Suppose you want to be a president of America. What is the distance of your desire? Being an Indian citizen, you can never be president of America, because to be the president of America, you should be born in America. Natural birth is the criterion. But in India, anybody can become prime minister or president. Anybody, any nation, if he has a Indian citizenship. But in America, that fellow should be born. So now distance is what? One birth is the distance. You have to die here, then fortunately or unfortunately you have to born in America, then you should become popular and you should be a rich man also. Then there is a possibility of selecting you as the president. You understand now? So there are so many things between me and the desired thing, desha, kala, niyamas, vastu, so many things are there, which can separate me and the desired thing. Understood? Now the question is, I am desiring for Nitya Purnatvam and I don't have Purnatvam now. So what is the distance between me, the desirer, and the desired thing called Nitya Purnatvam? For example, I am desiring for a head on my shoulder. What is the distance between me and my desired head on my shoulder? Please tell. Or I will ask a question. What is the distance between Karna and his Kshatriyatva? In Mahabharata, there is a character called Karna. What is the distance between the Karna, the person who wants to declare himself as a great warrior in the entire creation? That is why he has gone challenging Arjuna. Because Arjuna was already declared and accepted. So he says, I want to prove myself. So they say, always you must be a Kshatriya, otherwise you cannot prove yourself, you cannot join the Dvandva, duel at all. So he wants to get that Kshatriyatva status. So he goes for learning the Kshatriya Vidya. When he comes back learning the Kshatriya Vidya, then also he is not accepted as Kshatriya. Then he was made as a king, privilege for a Kshatriya. Then also nobody accepts him as a Kshatriya. Kshatriya means warrior. In spite of having the position of a warrior, leadership, he was having a leadership of all the warriors for a particular desha, Anga desha, but still he was not accepted by other kings as Kshatriya. Always they call him Sutaputra, Sutaputra, Sutaputra. In spite of having all the vidyas, talents which are expected of a Kshatriya, he is having. But still he was not accepted as a Kshatriya. So whole life his aim was, I should prove myself as a warrior. Therefore I want to fight with Arjuna. That was his search, whole life search. It is an identity. The identity which he has accepted, which the society has given, is Sutaputra identity. Then his friend gave king identity. His Gurudev gave fighting person identity. But Kshatriya identity who will give? Only mother can give. And he did not know who is his mother. So he suffers and suffers and suffers. Whole life he suffers in spite of having everything. Then Bhagavan says, you are already a Kshatriya. Bhagavan only can tell this. You are already a Kshatriya. I know your mother. She is a great mother. Like that, Kunti as the mother was introduced by the Bhagavan to Karna. The moment he hears this, he gains a Kshatriyatva Praptihi. And to assert the revelation of Bhagavan, Kunti also comes and says, yes, I am your mother. Gurudev. First Bhagavan, then Gurudev. Bhagavan comes and says, Tattvamasi. Through Veda Vakya and Upanishad Vakya. Bhagavan only told Tattvamasi. Through a Gurudev. Understood? Now, what is the distance between Karna and his Kshatriyatva Praptihi? Please tell. It's all notional. He had already, but still he was not aware of it. You got the point now? He was not aware of it. He was not taught of it. He did not get this revelation about himself. Because mother only has to reveal. Since he has missed his mother from childhood, and the adopted mother, foster mother, she belonged to the charioteer family. So she told, you are my son. Yen chello nodane. When the mother told, you are my son, my son. So he has taken his identity as a charioteer's son. Radheyaha. So actually Kaunteyaha lived whole life as Radheyaha, did not accept his Radheyatvam, aspiring for Kshatriyatvam. And it was revealed through Kaunteyatvam. Then he gains his Kshatriyatvam. Now the question is, what is the distance between the Karana and his Kshatriyatvam? It is notional distance. This is called notional distance. You can be away from any blessed thing by your thinking faculty. This is the revelation of the Upanishad, that your problems are notional, not actual. If your apurnatvam is actual, then you can never get rid of it. If it is intrinsic, you can never get rid of it. It must be incidental. It must be incidental. Then only you can hope to get rid of it. Anything intrinsical, I told you in the previous classes, a fire can never aspire to get cold. Surya cannot say, I got cold. Human being can say, I got cold. I am cold, Surya. Surya cannot say. But coffee can say, I am hot coffee, be careful. I am cold coffee, you can have it. Coffee can say that. Because the heat in the coffee is incidental, the heat in the Surya is intrinsical. Similarly, if apurnatvam is intrinsical for you, if bandhatvam is intrinsical for you, alpatvam is intrinsical for you, you should not try at all to get rid of it. The very try proves that you don't accept it as intrinsical, therefore only you are struggling to get rid of it, therefore only it must be incidental. Understood? Natural struggle of every human being is what? To get rid of alpatvam. And anything which I accept as fact, I will not complain at all. So the very fact that I am complaining about my alpam proves that I don't accept it as a fact. Do we complain that we have eyes, two eyes, we have a nose, we have 2 ears? Do we complain? Because it's a fact. Do we complain we walk on the floor? Do we complain? Do we complain? I am not able to walk on the waters. Fish and tortoise are all walking on the fishes. I am not able to. Do we complain? We have accepted it as a fact. As a human being, I should walk on the floor only. Neither I can fly. Do we complain that we are not able to fly? No, that's not possible. But we have a desire to fly also. So we create a flying instrument, and there also we are sitting or walking only. And that also happened to be a floor only, that's all. That floor also is from mud only. All materials are from earth only. Flight materials are all from earth only, whether it is plastic or anything, engine or anything. So the very struggle is the sign of non-acceptance of apurnatvam as a factual thing in my life. So having and searching is because of the idea that I don't have, not because of absence of it. Swakantha abharanam yatha. Shastra, Parampara will give this example. This fellow is having abharanam on his neck, but it has gone backside. So he is not able to see like this. For his eyes, it is not visible. Therefore, he is searching for. Then he doubts everyone who has come, whether they have stolen everything. And then he goes and inquires also. Did you see me, my necklace? For modern example, people who wear a spectacle, they used to put the spectacle on the head and they will search for the spectacle. Where is the spectacle? Where is the spectacle? Like that. Then the child, father, I know where it is. Hey, please tell, time is getting over, I have to go for office. Will you take me to a cinema? You give me promise. Will you take me for a picnic? That fellow uses that particular situation of his anxiety for his advantage. I will take, please tell. It is on your head. Similarly, the necklace also, it is already there. The search is not due to absence of that object, but due to the notion that it is absent. You got the point? So, this Nitya Purnatvam, if you are desiring for Nitya Purnatvam, it must be available here and now. Since it is available here and now, and at the same time you are feeling that you are not having it, so this must be a notional problem. Last class I ended in Tulsidas Doha. Lahari ढूंढे लहर को, कपटा ढूंढे सूत, जीव ढूंढे ब्रह्म को, तीनों ऊत के ऊत. Idiots only will search for something which is already gained. Idiots only will search for something which happen to be the nature of its existence. What is the nature of the existence of the wave? Being water. What is the nature of the existence of a cloth? Being yarn. Similarly, what is the nature of the existence of the jiva? Being Brahman. Being infinitude. Still we are trying to attain Brahman, attain freedom, attain Purnatvam. The Brahman word can be substituted any word, because all are same synonyms. Brahman, Moksha, Purnatva, attaining God, God realization, spiritual enlightenment, Atma Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam, Ishvara Jnanam, all types of words are all defining same meaning. Because each Mahatma uses one word. Some Mahatma says, I attained Rama. I got enlightened. I realized God. I realized my higher self. I attained Purnatvam. I attained Brahmatvam. I attained Moksha. These are all words. But what it denotes? Same thing. Freedom from Alpatvam. Alpatvam of what? Not of Bhagavan. Alpatvam of one's own self. So there, what is the distance between the wave and the water? Please tell. Acharya Swamiji used to explain this particular very imaginary way. So he asked us to imagine. You imagine there are lots of waves in an ocean. Small waves are all shouting, hey, don't push me. Don't destroy me like that. Because many waves are pushed now. So many small waves, children waves are all crying, oh my God, please protect us. This Motawala wave is crushing us. Like that. Then one friend wave who happened to be in the same age group, hey, we should not look above and pray to God. Our God is not Akasha, our God is ocean. So we should look down and pray. Like that. Another child wave which is getting hurt, which is getting crushed by this Mota wave. Mota wave means big wave. is suggesting. So all these small waves are all, oh my God, ocean God, please protect me. This motor wave is doing atrocity. Like that he prays. All of them are praying. Then one old wave, which has reached the shore and coming back now, that says, hey idiots, what you are doing? Our God is neither Akasha nor ocean. Water is our God. We are from water. Ocean is a name. It doesn't have any existence, separate existence. Water is our God. We are from water. From water only wave come. Whether it is ocean or a river or a lake or a pond, everywhere we are there. Wherever water is there, we are there. Therefore, actual source of our existence is not ocean. Ocean is a mere name. Water is the source of our existence. So let us pray to the water for protection. This was suggested by old wave. Then one wise wave is seeing all these things silently. The wise wave is sidelined wave. Sidelined wave. In what you call seashore, you can see all these things. Many will be coming, some will be going back, and while going back they will be tired of going back, that force will not be there. Some will be side, touching your feet like that. So that wise way says, hey idiots, why you are struggling like this? You cannot be destroyed at all. What is the meaning of the wave? It is nothing but water. What is the meaning of the ocean? It is nothing but water. Neither you need to pray to water to protect, nor you need to pray to ocean to protect you, because Tattvamasi, you are the water. To pray, the praying person must be different from praying God. Tattvamasi Shvetaketu, a wave Shvetaketu, Tattvamasi. Got the point? Is it a fact or not? Now you tell, what is the distance between the wave and the water, which has separated the wave and the water? Please tell. Is it a real separation? So that's what Vedanta says. Between you and your Purnatvam, there is no real separation, because fortunately you happen to be the Purna Vastu already. If you feel that you are separated, that feeling is the problem. Therefore it is called notional problem, which is born out of wrong self-judgment, which are due to wrong data given by wrong instruments of knowledge, which have 6 limitations. These are all the reasons. Now you understand? So go back to verify your judgments about yourself. Atmavare drashtavya. Now you understood? Go back and take every opinion about yourself and verify whether it is true or not, whether it is true. You will find that none of your opinion and judgments are going to be true. That process is called a spiritual path of life. So, Nitya Siddhasya Purnatvasya Jnanam Yeva Purnatva Praptihi. So, attaining the Purnatva means what? Attaining the Purnatva Jnanam. Atmanaha Purnatva Jnanam Yeva. Wave attaining water means what? The knowledge that I am water is called wave attaining the water. Cloth attaining the yarn means what? The knowledge about the yarn is called cloth attaining the Yan. Similarly, the Nama Rupa, knowing its source of existence, is called attaining it. Ornaments want to attain gold. What is that? That attainment is not in the form of any action or in the form of any result of any action. It is nothing but recognition of the already existing fact. Like Karna recognized a fact that I am Kaunteyaha. Now this Kaunteyatvam is existed from day one onwards. This Kaunteyatvam existed in him in day one onwards. But it was not recognized because it was not taught to him. As I told, human being has the capacity to learn anything only when it is taught. That's why mother teaches us to brush. If mothers did not teach us, we would not brush. Understood? We will not brush. That's why any child which is not taught doesn't brush. Monkey child, cat child, cow child, deer child, they don't brush. They don't dress also. So human being has this peculiar problem of learning something when it is taught. Therefore only Upanishad says this also has to be taught. Tad vijnanartham sa gurum eva abhigachet. Go and learn. Surrender yourself to a teacher who knows this fact about yourself. Don't go to Tiruvannamalai and sit under a tree and ask who am I, who am I, who am I. If you ask who am I without being taught, the questioner also is your ignorant mind, the answerer also will be your ignorant mind. So when you ask with this ignorance, without being exposed to the Vedantic teaching, if you go and sit and ask who am I, who am I, who am I, it will tell what? You are idiot, you are height, you are male, like that only it will tell. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi asked after being taught. Understood? So we cannot imitate any Mahatma in our spiritual progress because our spiritual journey will be separate. Even though everyone claims I am going to Badrinath, do everyone go to the same route? No. There are local tribals. They have their path. Then local village walas, they have their path. And tourists, they have their path. And Maniwala tourists, they have their path. Correct? They just fly. Chennai to Dehradun, Dehradun to what you call Badrinath by helicopter. They fly. So each one's spiritual journey is going to be a separate one, governed by the principles of this Upanishadic teaching. That's all. So our problem is not intrinsic, it is incidental. Do you understand the word? The difference between intrinsic and incidental? It is incidental, temporary, picked up. Like a child picking up a peacock feather and puts on the head. Can it be the identity of a child? Please tell. Can a color of the wall be the identity of a house? Can a painting color be the identity of a house? No. You can change it. It is all incidental. But any house has intrinsic nature. What? Cement. You remove cement of a modern building, there is no building at all. So you should know what is intrinsic, what is incidental. Our problem of apurnatvam, our problem of bondage, our problem of insignificancy, smallness, all are incidental. Fortunately, it is incidental. Therefore only our struggles have more validity. Struggle to get rid of this incidental has a validity only when it is incidental. So, Nitya Siddhasya Purnatvasya Jnanameva Purnatva Praptihi. Attaining God means knowledge about God is called attaining God. Attaining moksha means knowledge about the moksha is called attaining moksha. Attaining Purnatva means knowledge about that Purnatva which happened to be my own Swarupa is called Purnatva. That's what Vedanta says. Manasai Vedam aptavyam neha nanasti kinchana samrutyo mrutyam apnoti ya iha nana iva pashyati. As long as he sees himself as a different entity and see the entire world as different, many things, he has to come to me. Who says this? Kala Devata says. In Kathopanishad, Kala Devata Yamadharmaraja says. So, mrutyoho mrutyam apnoti. He is subject to repeated death and death. In between, birth will be there, growth will be there, old age will be there, disease will be there, marriage will be there, LKG admission will be there, everything will be there, divorce will be there. But the beginning to end is what? Mrityu to mrityu. He has to pass through. As long as he doesn't gain this knowledge about his intrinsic nature, he has to pass through. How to gain? Manasa eva idam aptavyam. It is possible only for a human being or a being who has the capacity to give self-judgment about himself. Then tameva viditva atimrityameti. You can be away from this finitude only by knowing your infinite nature. There is no other way. No, I want to have one more path. There are so many paths are there. I want to have some different path like that. No. I can give you Purnatvam or Moksha without giving Purnatva Jnanam if you do one thing what I say. Please tell sir, what should I do? Fold the Akasha as a mat and bring it to me. The teacher says in Upanishad. If you can fold the space as a bed and bring it to me, then I can give Purnatva without Purnatva Jnanam. That means what? Without Purnatva Jnanam, you don't get Purnatva. That means what? Jnanam eva Purnatva. Self-knowledge alone is fulfillment. Not you gain fulfillment through self-knowledge. Understood? Kaunteyatva jnanam eva kaunteyatva praptihi. Karnasya kaunteyatva jnanam. I am Kaunteyaha, son of Kunti. That knowledge alone has given the status of being a son of Kunti. After knowing, it doesn't born again to Kunti. Okay, mummy, all these days I was not aware of it, so let me born again. No. Because it is already praptam. That's what? Param chet jnatavyam. Param means what? Praptam. Chet jnatavyam. Param means nityam. Nityam means praptam. Praptam chet jnatavyam. Aparam chet means anityam chet. Apraptam chet praptavya. If you don't have it, you have to gain it. If you have it, you should know it and make it as your own. So Karna's Kaunteyatva you should keep in mind. So once he accepts that status, immediately what is the consequence? He is going to be the king. Yudhishthira, Dharmaraja is going to offer his right to be an elderly son to Karna. Karna is going to be a king without doing any Rajasuya Yaga. He is going to be king, emperor. This was told by Bhagavan Krishna. Then Karna says, no, I cannot disclose this fact to anyone, because if I accept this fact as the fact of my life, then consequences are most dangerous for me. See the fate. Whole life this fellow wanted to know what he is. After taught also, he is not able to accept it. And Even after accepting it also, he was not able to declare it. Why all these sufferings, Because he was born before the bonds of marriage rules. Any child who is not born of a committed marriage rules will go through all these sufferings. That is why in our parampara, we say, up to marriage, keep brahmacharya. Don't give your mind for whims and fancies, because you are going to suffer because of that. Not only you are going to suffer, suppose any jiva come to existence without commitment of family life, any jiva comes to existence, that jiva will not have identity of its own, it has to suffer. That was Karna's fate. Out of curiosity, Mother Kunti uttered this mantra and got this child. Durvasa Rishi already warned her, don't have curiosity with regard to things, don't play with these mantras. Like that, in spite of warning, she had that curiosity because of that adolescent age. Therefore, she tried to verify that power of the mantra. Then the consequence was what? Whole life suffering for two jivas. One is for mother, another is for child. That's why in our parampara, that Vaidika parampara, marriage is a ritual which is blessed by elders, which is solemnized by pujas, and which is committed also. Then only you can go for pleasures. This live-in relationship, all nonsense are all. You can live, but what is the condition of the child if child is born? No, modern generation says, no, Swami, we will take care of that. Okay. Understood? So all the suffering of Karna is in the form of impossibility of knowing his own self-identity initially. Then even if it is revealed, then impossibility of revealing to the world. So any spiritual seeker has this problem. Every spiritual seeker wants to know what he is actually. And he has taken the identity given by the world to him as the fact. There are so many orphan children who don't know their identity. They are all happy only. I am orphan, I am orphan, I am orphan. But Karna was not happy. He was very adamant to find out what his parent, who is he. Because his nature happened to be with Divya Kavacha and Kundala. So he knows that I am not ordinary person. Like a Hari the lion living in the midst of goats. This fellow knows something different is there with me, but what different it is, he could not figure out. So another teacher lion is required. Similarly, in Karna's case, Bhagavan is required. Kunti was required to get the real identity. In our case also, Gurudev is required. If we want to get that identity. Many of us are happy with the identity given by the world. Understood? We are all happy only. What is the problem? So, tad vijnanartham. If you want to know your identity, then Gurum eva abhigacche. Because without knowing this knowledge, without knowing this fact about yourself, you are not going to be a fulfilled one. If you are interested in Nitya Purnatvam, and if you are interested in knowing your real nature, then you have to go to the teacher. Understood? If you are interested in your Nitya Purnatvam, the way is what? You have to know yourself. Correct? If you want to know yourself, you should go to a teacher who can teach this. Without this, there is no shortcut. If you want any shortcut, I will give you one condition. Fold the Akasha as a mat and bring it to me. Then I will give shortcut. That's what in Shvetaswara Upanishad says. Yada charmavad akasham veshtayishyanti manavaha tada devam avijnaya dukkasya antaha bhavishyati. Dukkasya antaha. The end for your suffering is not going to happen without this knowledge. If you want to have some other method to end your suffering, it will be like struggling to fold the akasha. That's what tameva viditva atimrityimeti. Na anya panta ayanaya vidyate ayanaya. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad very particularly condemns these people who are not striving to end their suffering. Yova edad aksharam gargi aviditva asma lokat praiti saha kripanaha. He is a wretched fellow. He is an object of everybody's sympathy. Miserable. Kripanaha means miserable, wretched, suffering. Why? He is trying to depart from this human body. Aviditva. Aksharam aviditva asma lokat praiti. He has not given his lifetime to know this aksharam. Aksharam means what? Nityam. Naksharati iti aksharaha. That which is not going to be exhausted is called a nityam. Akshara. That which is not going to get destroyed is called aksharam. Indestructible is called aksharam in Sanskrit. Understood? So indestructible means what? Nityam. So he has not given his lifetime, energy, purpose of all his actions and thought process to know this. Therefore, he gets away from this world and from this human body, which happened to be a wonderful opportunity for him. So therefore, he is called a wretched fellow. And if a person departs from this body, having known this grand truth about himself, saha brahmanaha. Saha brahmanaha. Atha yaha edad aksharam gargi viditva asman lokat praiti saha brahmanaha. Anybody who calls himself as brahmanaha should have this qualification. All other brahmanatva identity are all namke vaste identity. Kula brahmanatva, karma brahmanatva, hereditary brahmanatva. I am a Brahmin, some people are proud about it. I am Chaturvedi. How many Vedas? Chaturvedi means a learned person of 4 Vedas. That Chaturvedi happened to be is a family name, that's all. Vajapayi, Atal Bihari Vajapayi. Vajapayi means Vajapeya Yaga Karta Vajapayi. Where he did a Vajpayee Yaga, his family members in his tradition, somebody might have. So it's all family names. So don't have the arrogance based on your hereditary or kula or your what you call parentage or anything. If you want to claim something grand about yourself, you should be the knower of the self. That opportunity is available for whole humanity. Only one condition on the part of the seeker is required is what? Are you interested in permanent solution? Because many of us are not interested in permanent solution. When I was in Bangalore, one young boy came. Swamiji, give some techniques to get success in this exam. Then I told her, that I don't know. Because you are writing UPSC exam. But I give a lot of techniques to get success in life. Then he told, no Swamiji, I don't want success in life. I don't have time for that. Which is permanent, which is temporary? Getting success in life is permanent compared to getting success in UPSC exam. Because so many IAS officers are retired and resigned. They disliked that position. Correct? IAS, IPS. Correct? So people are not interested in permanent solution. They are happy with temporary solution. For them, this is not relevant. That's what I told. Moksha, if you are interested, means you are interested in Nitya Moksha. Then only these Vedantic teachings will have validity. Therefore, any person who is interested of gaining this Purnatvam permanently, for him the suggestion is Atma va are drashtavyaha. One should know oneself. How to know myself? Tad vijnanartham sa gurum eva abhigacche. You should go to a person, approach him and ask him to teach. Without trying to learn, you are not going to get. That is why Athato Brahma Jignasa. First sutra, Brahma Sutra. Tad Vijignasasva Tad Brahmeti, Taittiriya Upanishad says. Adihi Bhagavo Brahmeti is the question. Please teach me about the infinitive. Please teach me about the Nitya Vastu. That was the question. Tad Vijignasasva. Go for Vichara. Go for analysis about the revelations. What is the revelation? Tattvamasi is the revelation. Who has revealed that? Bhagavan himself has revealed in the form of Veda Pramana. Veda is not a product of Bhagavan. Veda itself is the form of Bhagavan. Because Bhagavan can take any form. Vangmayam Murtihi it is called. Veda is called Vangmayam Murtihi. Who is in the form of Shabda. That's why it is called Shabda Pramana. Veda is called Shabda Pramanam. Apaurusheya Pramanam, not born out of any human intellect. Now we have two judgments about ourselves. One is judgments given by the Indriya and mind and the world. Another is judgment given by the Veda Pramanam. Which one I have to take? Means I have to find out whether Veda is Pramanam at all. Pramana means what? Source of knowledge. I cannot take any word as a source of knowledge. Suppose I want to know something about chemicals. I cannot go to a peon and say, please teach me about chemicals. I should go to a chemist. His words only are Pramana with regard to chemicals. With regard to medicine, a doctor's words are Pramanam, not a peon word. Understood? Now with regard to myself, my Indriyas, my own father, mother, my own people, my own mind has given one judgment. Of course I am suffering because of the judgment. That is acceptable. And now you say Veda is Pramanam and it is giving the judgment. Tattvamasi is the judgment. So when I ask what is the Pramanam? Veda is the Pramanam. Now my question is how Veda is Pramanam? Get the point? The knowledge revealed by Veda is Pramanam because Veda has revealed it. Correct? Like mother says the child, so and so is your father. So to get a father, what is the Pramanam? Mother's words. Now I am asking how the mother's words are Pramanam, source of knowledge, of the knowledge of my father, of identifying my father. Then immediately mother says, it is my words. How you are Pramanam? Very basic question. How you are Pramanam for me? For my knowledge, your Vakya are Pramanam. For your Vakya, you must be Pramanam. Similarly, Tattvamasi is the knowledge. This knowledge is given by Veda. So now Veda has to prove whether it is Pramanam or not. There are so many people who who have declared Veda is not Pramana. Pramana means what? Source of knowledge. Please understand, Pramana means source of knowledge. Veda is not source of knowledge gained by any human being. It's all hearsay. It's all the words of unemployed and employable rishis to gain some dakshinas. Without working, they want to enjoy life. Therefore, they have found out all these words, Vedic words. There are people, Buddhist, Jainist, materialistic, communist, Islamist, Christian, all are telling. Some accept Veda, but not given status of Pramanam. They have given substatus of Pramanam. So, Pramana Shastram, it is called Vichara of Pramana Shastram. Now, Vichara about yourself was required. Then Vichara about the knowledge about yourself was required. Now, the Vichara of a source of knowledge is required. So, we have to go from back. First Vichara of source of knowledge is required. Then we establish the source of knowledge is proper. Correct? Then Vichara of the knowledge is required. Then we establish it is not only factual, it is logical, it is not against logic. And Pratyaksha also supports like that. Then only we will take that as a knowledge. How we dismissed our Apurnatva Jnanam? How we dismissed our self-judgment? Self-judgments are wrong because it is given by your sense organs. Data are given by sense organ. How sense organs are wrong? Because it has defects. Manufacturing defects are there. Therefore, they are wrong. Therefore, wrong source of knowledge, sense organs, have given wrong data. You have concluded your judgment based on the wrong data. Same method only. Now we have to find out, first we have to find out Veda is without defect. Then second we have to find out Vedic revelation is without defect. Then only we will accept that revelation as a factual statement. What is the point? So how the Veda is Pramanam, we will see in the next class. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.